Welcome to an experience similar to ones that you've had before. Yes, another podcast featuring a couple of guys who think that they're funny. Two men, one microphone. This is Spoiled Rotten Movies.
Zane, where'd you go? Where are you? Oh! What is that?
Goodness! Excuse me.
That is probably one of the best green screens I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, it's really good green screen.
Yeah.
You know, just
wow. Oh wow, you're actually. Oh, that's right. You are in Myrtle Beach. Oh, look at that. Oh. All right.
Buddy. Oh
welcome.
man!
Welcome everyone.
Welcome. Mr. Travis,
all you
how's
watchers
your week going?
Not nearly as good as yours,
I know.
you can see.
It's not.
How is it out there in the Myrtle?
Oh, let me tell you what, man. It's been really nice.
Yeah.
Especially with COVID going on, everybody's kind of needs something to look forward to, and this was my thing that I was looking forward to, and I spent all yesterday on the beach.
Oh, nice.
I spent a good chunk of today on the beach. I got to play a disc golf course out here.
Yeah.
I got ate up by mosquitoes. I have never seen so many mosquitoes in one place before. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like every time I would stop, I would eat one. They were in my mouth constantly, on me.
I
got done, my face was bleeding. I was like, dude, it was rough, but it was a really fun course. I got to go hang out in the water, play in the sand with my little man, who's very brave. He wants to be in the water pretty bad. But it splashes up in his face and he doesn't know to close his eyes. So it just splashes salt water right into his eyes and he gets all sad. But
that's pretty
but he's a good dude. He's a good
cute
dude.
It's cute. Well, here, since you've missed it, since you've been out in Myrtle Beach, how's the weather been there? Has it been nice and sunny? And
as you can see, it's been perfect. It's supposed to rain tomorrow in a couple days. But
today here, it rained.
Yeah,
and then rained, and I think it's still raining. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm glad that you're nice and cozy over there.
Oh man, I'm so chill. I got my I'm in a lounge chair outside on the porch. You can see we just walk right over the beach. It's right there, man. I've got no complaints right now.
That's cool.
No complaints. Well, I'm just showing off right now.
With that, let's go ahead and move on.
Let's move on.
Let's go to movie news.
Yeah.
News about movies and things.
What's our first movie and thing?
I don't know if you heard about this, but you know how there's a new streaming service that's coming out every single week.
Yeah, I think
every single week there's been we covered HBO Max, we covered Peacock, there's Hulu, all that stuff. Ryan Reynolds said, "You know what? I want one too." So he partnered up with Mint to have Mint Mobile Plus.
Okay.
Mint Mobile Plus is a free streaming service.
Well, you have to go at that.
Yeah, you just go to mintmobileplus.com and it streams one movie.
What is that movie?
Foolproof,
which is one of Ryan Reynolds'
yes, from 2003. If you haven't seen this yet, I really want to
I really actually haven't seen it, so maybe I'll just go on mintmobile.com and watch it because it'll be free.
I mean, you know what? Why don't I just take you on the journey?
All right.
Of Mint Mobile Plus.
Yeah.
So I just have to get through here and then find this, and then there we go.
Okay.
There we go. Foolproof. Ryan Reynolds.
This is a screen cap. Here we go.
Yeah. This is the website.
Can we get Ryan off the screen? Can we get him off the screen?
Is that all that you... Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get Ryan off the screen.
Right, there we go.
Yeah, so you got Foolproof. If you want to move over. Oh, there's Foolproof again. Oh, look, more Foolproof. Foolproof. Originals. You can watch the originals, which will take you to Foolproof. Also Foolproof.
God, I love Ryan Reynolds. Can we talk about him for a second?
Yeah, absolutely. God. Foolproof right there. There's another Foolproof. The top 10 is number 1 is Foolproof.
Okay, what's number 7?
7. Let me see here.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 are Foolproof. 7 is Foolproof.
Oh, okay.
Foolproof. I'll be honest, I didn't know anything about this movie until he released this. So this is very funny. Hilarious. Yeah, God. It's very good.
If there's ever a dude on the planet who can just laugh at himself,
right?
It's Ryan Reynolds, which is just awesome.
It's genius because, one, I want to watch Foolproof, and now I kind of do want to see what Mint is about. They partnered up with Mint Mobile, and I don't know what it's about. I think it has something to do with taxes or savings or I don't know. Who knows? I don't really care, but I'll find out because it was such a good way of putting that together.
Is it not a streaming service?
No. It's Mint is its own company that he partnered up with. So yeah, that's great.
That's awesome.
So if you haven't watched Foolproof, what did I found out? It had a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, okay, so that's fresh.
So not bad. Yeah, I mean we'll see. Next, did you know that I did not make it into the Forbes top 10 actors, top 10 paid actors this year again?
I didn't know that.
Even though I really tried to get there, I did not make it.
If you have a podcast that has like 2 weekly viewers, you don't generally get into that tier.
Not with that attitude. Not with that attitude.
You're right. Maybe this is the one.
So maybe
the Zane live from Myrtle Beach episode, goes viral.
Right. Number 1 again for the second year in a row. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the top paid actor.
D-Rock. Yeah.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
What? That's got to be from Jumanji. Did Jumanji 2 come out last year? Is that what?
Jumanji 2 came out last year, but he's also has a new movie coming out called Red Notice. I think it's what it's called on Netflix, and that's where most of his money is coming from. It's top paid from June 2019 to June 2020.
Can we talk about the amount of competition there is this year, though? Like,
oh yeah,
it's got to be hard to not get it this year.
$87.5 million just this past year alone. $23.5 million is from that Netflix film Red Notice.
Really?
Yeah. Which, as much as that is, didn't even beat what he had last year, which was $89.4 million. And that was mainly from the second Jumanji movie. But second place, a good friend of ours, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, is it from Foolproof?
You know what? I bet he's getting at least a little bit of royalties from Foolproof right now.
Yeah, it's starting to. I mean, you gotta think people are just going to watch it just to like.
I did. I watched the first like 10 minutes, and I was like, "This isn't that bad."
It's 63. It's technically fresh.
Yeah. He got $71.5 million this past year. And then the third one.
Number third,
Mark Wahlberg.
Ugh, I hate Mark Wahlberg.
You always do. I don't get it.
I know. I hate on him. I
don't mind him. $58 million this past year.
Yeah, there he is.
Wow.
Making money with those guns. Look at those biceps, man. Holy cow.
Yeah. And I didn't put him on here. I didn't put him on here, but number 10 really surprised me.
Yeah, who was it?
Jackie Chan. Made $40 million this year, and I don't.
Is he just racking in royalties from the 9,000 movies that he has?
I think this is all based on new movie contracts. So I guess he's coming out with a few good movies. I don't know. Like, I knew we made one movie last year, and I didn't watch it, but no, whatever.
Maybe it's from that movie.
All right. Well, third, HBO Max just the same way that they did with Gone with the Wind. They put a disclaimer saying that this movie was made at a certain time. They did it again with Blazing Saddles, one of my favorite movies.
I've never seen it.
They put out a disclaimer, and it was kind of, and actually, you've never seen Blazing Saddles? Okay,
never seen it.
Well,
I don't know if you know this channel. I only watch bad movies.
This movie came out in 1974. My dad introduced me to this. Yeah, it's very it's a very sensitive subject.
Yeah,
basically the governor wanted to build a railroad through the town, and the only way to get everyone to move out of the town to do that, he decided to hire a black man as the sheriff, and hopefully they were so bigoted that they would all just turn on him and leave the town. Oof. So he could, and so I know. It was very sensitive, but they it's done so well. And they put in a little 3-minute excerpt from Turner Classic Movies saying that, hey, this is what it was about. This is why why a lot of people might think it's racist, but it's not really racist because of how it ends up. Watch the movie, decide for yourself, and enjoy. Do you have any problem with that?
No.
I mean, a lot of people are to say just leave it alone, leave it how it is. But
it's one of those. It's one of those things that people like to go oh, well, even though it was made in the past, that's no excuse. It's while I agree that it's no excuse that this was made the way it was made, it's not like it was made today.
Right.
It was made a long time ago, and I'm all for progression. But
even if it was made today, the context of it is so different than what you would think. The ends, in my opinion, the ends justify the means. And if at the end of the movie it makes it very clear that this wasn't about being racist, and the butt of the joke wasn't on racial stereotypes,
right,
then I don't see a problem with it. I like the fact that they did the little forward. I thought it was a very good, I learned a lot about it. Richard Pryor was supposed to be the sheriff, and they decided not to, but he was still one of the writers. So Richard Pryor wrote most of this movie along with Mel Brooks. So I thought that it was very nice, very, very quick, very informative. And then we moved on and watched the movie. Yeah. So I enjoyed it. I liked it. Didn't have a problem with it.
Well, hell yeah.
All right. And now,
what do we got next?
Next.
Trailer time.
Trailer time.
That one's so swanky.
I love that one. It's my favorite one. Not many trailers coming out this week.
Not at all. You still got COVID going on, man. We won't get those.
Not many at all. Actually, I have one. There's one movie, one trailer that was short enough that I could just show everyone. I'll just show everyone the new trailer. Here we go. That was it. There you go. Yeah, he seems ready to go.
LeBron, man. LeBron is the new MJ.
Yeah.
So this isn't a remake.
I think it's a sequel, a straight up sequel.
Okay.
Maybe the Monstars.
Michelle Nugent says gross. Gross to what?
Gross.
What's gross? What's your problem? I don't know what your problem is. That they're remaking or that they're making a sequel to Space Jam? Get out of here. Space Jam is a good movie.
So here's my question.
All right.
Which jersey is better? LeBron? The new Toon Squad?
Yeah.
Or Michael Jordan? And the OG Toon Squad jersey?
Here's the real question. OG Toon Squad. I love that. But I want to say that I do appreciate the new one. Like,
Okay.
if you were to put these side by side on a t-shirt and you're like, which one of these would you wear? It's the new one.
Now, here's my question. I will take LeBron's if in the center of all those circles is Porky Pig.
Yeah.
If Porky Pig's in there and like, that's all.
Oh,
folks.
like on the side?
Yeah. Yeah. If it's in the center of all those circles.
I mean, he's not in the center of the old one.
No. But like, look at it like Toon Squad's over on the shoulder or on the like chest. So it's on the side. I want Porky Pig right there. Yeah. So yeah.
Have we ever seen LeBron act in anything? Like, do we know if he can act?
He was in Trainwreck. Amy Schumer, Trainwreck.
Yeah.
And he was really good. He was funny.
Trainwreck was bad though. Like, can we talk about that? I didn't like it at all.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun.
You know, to each their own.
Ish.
The answer to your question is probably the new one. I like the off-centered on the side. That's nice. Looks slick. I like the color scheme.
Right.
I like that the concentric circles look like the old school animation, like
right,
with the gradient on them. I'm about it. Let's see what happens. I'm excited for it. Michelle, not excited. She said, "Gross, the new Space Jam." You know what? Let's give it a chance.
No, I mean, I understand where
everything a chance.
I understand where it's come from because the Space Jam is one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. Like, it was The Mighty Ducks and then Space Jam right after that.
Yeah.
And so I don't want them to mess this up. And I haven't really ever been a big fan of LeBron James to begin with, but the more the merrier. It's not going to ruin the original. So
no, it'll be all right. Especially if it's like a sequel. Right. Like, it's not a remake. It's not. It's just continuing on.
Exactly.
Miss Travis, I got a question for you about this week in your viewing habits.
Yeah.
And that question is, what'd you watch?
What did you watch? What did you watch?
What did you watch?
What did you watch?
What did you watch? You're really getting liberal with that. What did you watch button? What did you watch?
Well,
for the record, I watched The Waves Roll In.
Oh man, that's great. Okay. Yeah.
What did you watch?
So we talked about it last week.
Yeah.
And I thought might as well give it a shot. Just came out. Magic Camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it any good? Pretty rough.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. It was fun for what it was. It was a fun family movie.
It's a Disney. It's a Disney.
It's a Disney. It's definitely a Disney Channel movie. Yes. If Disney Plus wasn't around, this movie would have made the 8:00 Saturday viewing on Disney. Unlike Disney 2. And they wouldn't have been able to get like stars like Adam Levine and Gillian Jacobs, Divine, whatever.
Adam Levine is Maroon 5.
Same person.
It's one letter difference. Divine.
But it was fun.
Levine.
It was fun. I didn't take it too seriously. And
do we see any other faces we recognize in it? Or is it just these two?
Basically those two, yeah.
I didn't hear what you said. You broke up. I'm sorry.
It was basically those two, yeah. No one else really
that's fair.
Stood out. But yeah, I mean it was all right.
Yeah, I mean
it was all right.
What are you gonna what do you expect from a Disney Channel original movie? Like, it's gonna be all right.
Not
like just
much.
all right.
Yeah. So
you're not gonna have one that blows your mind.
Here we go. Are you ready? Let's go ahead and just jump into what we
Are we doing power rankings?
Here for? Yeah, it's time.
Start now.
Power rankings.
That one's my favorite.
I love that one. It's a good one.
That's my favorite one.
So power rankings. Thor Ragnarok is what we're talking about this week.
Thor Ragnarok.
Thor
your feature presentation.
Ragnarok.
Yeah. Where'd you put it?
I want to hear where you put it first. No, actually,
I want to hear where you.
I'll go
you
first.
go
I'll go first. Yeah, this movie is by far up there. I'll just go ahead and say it. Rip the Band-Aid off. It's number one. Number one best movie of the MCU.
It's number one.
Number one. I love this movie. It is so good, so funny, so heartfelt. Everything about it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Okay.
Number one. And after rewatching it again this week, I don't see how that movie can be topped. At all. So
well, I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, there have been many times where your number ones have been like my Civil War.
Civil War, yeah.
Was your number one. It was my
it was number 3.
It was your number 3.
Number 3, but it was number 1. It was the best one of so far. And you said it was dog crap.
It was pretty. It was not my favorite. And you know, you hated Thor. What was it? Dark World.
The Dark World, yeah.
And it was my number 1 for a short time. And
too long of a time.
Seldom, I guess, is there a time where we really agree on a movie, because I also put this as my number 1 movie on my list.
No way.
It's so good.
It's right up there. It's there. It's
number
real.
1.
It's real.
I unfortunately agree with you that it's going to be hard to beat this one. We have a lot of movies left, so I would love.
We have 5 movies left.
In my heart, I would love for this movie to get dethroned. Not because I don't like it, because I do like it very much, but I'd like for it to get better. I'd like the bar to be raised above this. But man, you can see I'm at the beach.
Oh yeah, you are.
I don't know if I mentioned. Do you see the palm trees right here? Palm trees.
Weird.
Walkway to the beach right there.
Yeah, okay.
Ocean hanging out right there.
Oh, that's so nice.
A little flex for y'all.
Thanks. We needed that.
But we with the big long car ride out here.
Yeah.
And I almost woke my sleeping baby up during this movie because I was laughing so hard. When this movie started and it was Thor in the cage, I was annoyed. I was like, oh God, it's going to be one of those movies that makes too many jokes and it's not going to land and it's going to be stupid. And I knew that this was your number 1. And I was in my head, I'm like, I'm going to hate it. And I started watching it and that scene wasn't the funniest scene in the movie. And then
when he's all spinning around and he's like, oh wait, let me get back. I have to get turned back around. That was hilarious.
No, and then it just took off, and this movie was so funny. God, holy cow!
Yeah.
If this movie has anything going for it, it's not plot, it's not the action scenes, it is the amount of humor and how much of that humor lands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it just makes me laugh so hard the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, my family's watching it inside.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
hi, family.
On the other side of this. Hi, everybody sitting on the couches. Give me a wave when you see this, and I'll let you know when they see it. So
yeah,
we can do that.
So next, let's go into Rotten Tomatoes. How do you think Rotten Tomatoes put this movie?
Rotten Tomatoes, if it's not high, it'll be ridiculous. This is hilarious.
It's high, not as high. Is what we think.
They're waving now. So
yay!
I mean, number 4. It's
number 4.
92%. That's a high score for a movie.
Yeah,
it's good. I really, we got 2 spots above that. Iron Man. I've said this before. Iron Man. Whoever rated Iron Man's needs to do a rewatch of that because it's good, but it's not 94 good.
Right.
I want to know what 97 is. I still don't know, and I'm very excited to get to it. But let's talk about what are your favorite parts of this? What keeps you coming back to this?
First of all, let's just make it clear real quick. Yeah. Hela, the villain.
Hela. Hela
is the first. Yeah, Hela.
I thought it was Hela, like Valhalla.
I've always called it Hela.
Whatever.
Anyway,
we only have a podcast about movies. We don't know anything.
Played by Kate Blanchett, who she did an amazing job in this movie.
Yeah,
she did so well. This is the first female villain in the MCU.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and say, like, as far as like the fact that this is the first female villain that we've seen in 17 movies.
Yeah.
It says something that she came out guns a-blazing.
Yeah, she was when they say she's the god of death, like not messing around about it from the get-go. Just like, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Like, just the one thing I will say I didn't like about her character was the stupid headdress.
Oh, you didn't like the headdress?
It's so dumb looking. It, like, I don't know, something about the way it looked like took me out of the like. It made and this is gonna sound counterintuitive, but it made it it made her look like a comic book villain to me. And like, I know that it's a comic book movie, but like, I feel like the rest of like people's, like, if you see like the Thor comics, like Thor's got like the helmet with the wings on it, and like he looks very like a certain way, but like they updated it for the movies,
right?
And I feel like she's a character that doesn't look like she got updated for the movies. She looks like she's still got like this big spiky thorny helmet that is like,
makes sense.
Know.
It looked weird.
It looked weird. Yeah, it looked out of place to me.
I didn't mind it mainly because like I love the fact that like usually we get warmed up to a villain.
Yeah,
like the villain, we don't see the full power of a villain right away. She came in.
Thor, like, this is my final form. Let's go.
The hammer at her, and not only like was she able to hold it, but then she destroyed it.
Yeah,
and then and we're like 20 minutes into the movie. We're 20 minutes into the movie, and like they destroyed the hammer.
Yeah,
and it was. And the rest of it, I had no idea. The first time I watched it, I was like, I have no idea where they're going with this. And as far as other things that I liked about this movie, Doctor Strange, your favorite character, had a nice little cameo.
Big fan of him. Yeah, and
that like, entire scene was great.
It is another thing that like I talked about before. By the way, I didn't see the after credit scene because I lost service. I saw the one like right after like the animated credits. But I didn't see the one after the very end of it.
Oh, there's nothing really that it wasn't that big of a deal.
It started to like load, and I saw that what's his name, the Grandmaster.
The Grandmaster, yeah.
I saw he was in it, but I didn't see what happened.
Yeah.
But where was I going with that?
I don't know.
I don't know. My brain just like stopped. It went, and that was your thought.
That was it.
Sorry.
No, you're good,
man. Yeah, she just went hard the whole time. It's something that tries to get done in every movie is where you try to see your hero be weak. You want to see them lose in the beginning so that the triumph is that much greater at the end.
Right, the hero's journey. Yeah.
Yeah, and like just what like it's one thing to like see somebody get beat and like run away. It's another thing to see somebody just get they're
destroyed,
just murdered like the whole time. And I don't know, I really enjoyed the way that her character came in and just set the scene for it.
And not only that was like they not only did that with Thor, but like they also pulled the thing of your friends aren't going to be able to help you either, because she did like she killed all three of his friends immediately.
Walked in, she's like, bop, 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 done. Like they were just background characters.
Right.
Like just took them out.
And so that was really good to see. Like I was like, oh man, the friends are going to come in and save the day and help them get in. Like, nope, done, out, gone.
How do you feel about Scourge's character development in this?
I love Scourge. Scourge, the exact same thing happens. Like his redemption arc is the exact same that you see in the comic books. So it has some sort of like grounding to that. Like that's exactly what we expected. He ultimately sacrificed himself completely in the comic books.
Yeah.
Which I think that he survives this movie.
Yeah.
But I like him. I like the actor. I like the way that he I
feel like
I like the fact that he was so enamored with earthly things like the guns and the shake weight.
Dex and Troy.
The shake weight was the funniest part.
Yeah, that was one of the jokes that I was like, what is this? Like I'm all good to have like weird jokes like that, but I don't know. That one didn't hit for me. Here's my issue with Scourge in this movie. It's that I feel like when you have a character that's going to have an arc like this, that you need to either make me really like them before the events take place, or you need to make me really dislike them. And I kind of lived in this like middle ground of like, I don't really care about you.
Makes
like,
sense.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I feel like give me more time with Scourge, maybe in like the Dark World or a movie before, to get to know him a little bit better. So I'm more attached to him before he does his whole thing, because the whole time they're like, oh, like Scourge, would you like to do that? I'm like, I don't know this guy. I don't feel attached to him. I don't like his character. I don't dislike his character. He just feels very background to me. It was like almost like she could have had her own minion prior to arriving there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. That makes sense. Of all the characters, I think that he was probably the most underdeveloped. And
also, I didn't like that he came out like with guns at the end. Like, was he just hiding guns under his robe that whole time he was running away? Is that what I'm supposed to believe? That he's just walking around with guns in his hands? Like,
maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. It was weird.
I think there was so much put onto the rest of the cast, which is still a very big cast.
Yeah.
As far as like non-Avenger, like Civil War type movies. This is a huge cast that they put together for this movie, and they did a really good job, because we finally get to see Loki again. We thought he died at the end of Dark World.
Think he died.
No one thought he died at the end of Dark World.
Nobody thought that.
But I gotta say,
can we talk for a second about what's his name? Odin. Who plays Odin? Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins.
Can we talk about Anthony Hopkins playing Loki and how hilarious he was?
Amazing.
Dude, that got me. When like Thor shows up and he's like, oh, like, and like you see him like his mannerisms be very Loki. I'm like, oh, is Anthony Hopkins funny in anything, or is he just like the serious, all-knowing character and everything? Because that was a very comedic performance. That really that made me laugh. That was one of the times my baby almost woke up. Was when he was like, oh, like losing it.
I don't know. Like one thing I do know is that Anthony Hopkins almost said no to this movie.
Really?
And didn't show up because but once he read the script, he was like, okay, yeah, I gotta come back. Yeah. So like he even liked the fact that like how funny he was. And that was the reason he came back. But the play is one of my favorite parts of the entire movie.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Because you get Matt Damon all of a sudden like shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
With a great great cameo as Loki. Sam Neill was the played Odin.
Really?
From Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Jeff Goldblum give him that little you
right,
think?
Exactly. Yeah, I guess so.
Can we talk about Jeff Goldblum?
Yes. But did you know that Thor, the guy that played Thor in the play, is Luke Hemsworth, Chris and Liam Hemsworth,
his brother.
Yeah. So that was a nice little nod. I almost put that as a trivia question, but
I did not notice that.
Yeah. So
you could have done it, and I wouldn't have got it.
Yeah. So then there's an entire world of characters that we haven't even met yet, because there's, as you said, the Grandmaster.
Yeah.
Of Jeff Goldblum. There's Valkyrie. Tessa Thompson did amazing
Is her
with
name
her.
Valkyrie in this?
Yes.
I kept like being like, I can't remember what her name is.
Right. I looked it up. She was a part of the Valkyrie, but the only name that she ever gave was Valkyrie.
Can we talk about how I think I've said it before on the podcast that she's like Tessa Thompson is my all-time like movie crush. Like
she's great in
I love me some Tessa Thompson.
She's great in the Westworld, yeah.
Oh yeah. She's good in she's all right in she carries Men in Black 4.
Men in Black. International. Oh man.
Yeah, it was rough. Chris Hemsworth, not so great in that movie.
No. But that's all right.
Yeah, she's good in that. She's good in Sorry to Bother You. She's good in this movie. She's good in what was it? I can't think of what it was. But man, she did a really good job. I enjoyed her drunken stumble off of the spaceship and just eating shit right off the edge of the ramp.
Immediately.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I enjoyed her playing. I don't think I've seen her play like this drunken, stumbly role before. So it was funny to watch her really play something comedic. Jeff Goldblum, I feel like didn't play himself in this movie, which I really enjoyed. Like he didn't just play a version of Jeff Goldblum. You know what I'm saying?
I thought that he's kind of was a lot like Jeff Goldblum.
I mean, he was quirky, but I don't know. Maybe I didn't feel like he played like the same version of himself that he plays in everything else. Where he's like, yes, we're doing this. My name's Jeff Goldblum. My cadences go this way. Like it felt like I don't know. It felt it made me laugh quite a bit. Very funny. Man. Korg
was amazing.
Korg. Oh,
so funny.
Made me laugh out loud so many times. Biggest comic relief in this movie, hands down.
Yeah. And then we get the Hulk again.
Yeah,
the Hulk comes back
with. Do we have an updated like CGI map of him? Because this is the first time I saw the Hulk, and I'm like, he looks like Mark Ruffalo.
Right. I believe. I don't know. All I know is that Lou Ferrigno did the voice of the Hulk in every movie up to this one.
Yeah.
And Mark Ruffalo did the voice to him this time.
Really?
So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. The fact that his voice matched Mark Ruffalo. I don't know, but I found that out while I was doing research.
Also, can we talk about how the Hulk is hilarious in this movie?
Amazing. Yeah, so funny. Oh my
goodness. Just hilarious. Like Loki's on point.
Everything. This is not there's not much to be mad about this movie.
Yeah.
This movie was done so well.
Yeah.
And just like it found exactly what Thor needed and what I felt that was missing out of all the other Thor movies. Because you kept saying like you really liked Thor the Dark World. I was like, I didn't understand. Like after watching Ragnarok, there's no way that I like rewatching Dark World. I was like, this is nothing. Like this is terrible.
It's not packed to the bits with jokes. It's a significantly more serious movie. Which
and I don't think that it just doesn't work with Thor.
It's like, one of those things that you didn't know you needed until you had it. Like, yeah, you learn to work with this handicap, and then you get this joke, and the jokes are just smacking and hitting hard, and it just changes the whole universe for you. Because, it's just good. It's so good, man. It's so good.
All right. So, are you ready?
Yeah, we're not even going to talk about bad things because I don't have that much to talk about. I think I've talked about as much bad things.
Scourge and the headdress was the only
Scourge and the headdress. Yeah, that's about it.
That should be that's a really good band name.
Scourge
and the headdress.
All right. Still working with the butter?
Cooking up some trivia. I didn't have time to change it. I didn't have time to change it this week.
All right.
Here we go. Question.
We got five.
We got five. Woo! Question 1.
All right.
Korg first appeared in
Jesus
what comic
Christ.
book? Is it A, Journey into Mystery, B, Hidden Moments of History, C, Think Above the Stars, or D, Under the God's Thumb?
Are these the exact same 4 answers I've gotten every time we've had a Thor movie?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
But do you remember which one?
I know which one's the first. What's it called? The first issue, but is it in the first issue?
It might not be in the first issue. I don't know. I'm not going to help you.
All right. When in doubt, go with Journey into Mystery.
Journey into Mystery, final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct. Journey into Mystery.
Hey!
Way to go.
Look at me go. We're already we're
one for one. All right, question 2. Grandmaster referenced Valkyrie as what name? Scrapper 142, B, Scrapper 187, C, Scrapper 173, or D, Scrapper 166?
A, Scrapper 142.
Wow. No hesitation.
Final answer.
Wow.
Yeah.
For someone that just watched this in a car ride and didn't watch it after like more than once.
Yep.
You got that right again. 2 in a row.
Dose.
Scrapper 142.
For dose, sir.
Is correct. All right. Question 3.
Question 3.
Loki placed Odin in what nursing home? A, Shady Acres, B, Shady Pines, C, Sunshine Castle, or D, Retirement Castle?
Retirement Castle. I think it's Shady Acres. No. I'm between Shady Acres and Shady Pines. Let's go Shady Pines. Final answer.
Shady Pines, final answer. That is incorrect. It is Shady Acres. Yes.
Dang it.
Shady Acres was also the nursing home in Ace Ventura.
Okay, I'm like, I know this name.
And also South Park. They use Shady Acres.
They're just
Shady.
It's like the Let's Potato Chips.
Right.
Retirement
exactly.
homes.
Yeah. Shady Pines was in Golden Girls.
Okay.
Sunshine Home. I meant Sunshine Home, not Sunshine Castle. That's my bad. That's in All in the Family.
Okay.
Is Sunshine Homes. And then Retirement Castle is Springfield's Retirement Castle in The Simpsons.
There you go.
So the more you know.
G.I. Joe.
Question 4. What song played while Thor was strapped into the chair
I know this one.
learning about Sakaar? Is it A, Pure Imagination, B, Be Our Guest, C, It's a Small World, or D, Shake It Off?
I just want to say, so I had the headphones in while I was watching this, and Mallory was driving. And I was watching it, and as he was going through the tunnel, I heard the music. I was like, oh, that's Pure Imagination. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I thought to myself, I'm like, I bet you Travis uses that as a trivia question because it's A, Pure Imagination.
Pure Imagination. That is correct. You are 3 for 4.
This is a solid week. Like, I'm winning. I won this week.
3 for 4.
This last one's for pride.
Last one for pride. What animal did Thor say his brother Loki turned him into? A frog, B, a pig, C, an ant, or D, a hamster?
Ooh, okay. This one, I know what animal Loki turned himself into because it made me laugh really hard.
That was very funny, yeah.
He's like, Loki turned himself into a snake because he knows I like snakes. And then I picked him up and he turned back into a human and stabbed me. Oh, man. I have no idea about this. I think is it pig? feel like it's pig.
Is it pig?
Final answer.
That is incorrect. It was A, frog.
I was afraid it was frog.
All the answers this week was A.
Just to mess with me.
Just to mess with you.
Just to mess with me.
And I think I got you on the Shady Pines. I think that if those were switched, you still would have gone with, like, if Shady Acres was B, you would have gone with Shady Acres. But
3 out of 5.
But
it's
frog,
a good week.
Really good week. 3 out of 5.
It's a good week.
Mainly, I asked this last question because there is a comic book series called Throg.
No, there's not. Get out. Is it a Marvel comic book series?
It is a Marvel comic book series where Thor actually turns into a frog. And
wow. Is this alternate universe thing or is it this
think
universe?
So. Okay. I think so. But
this is just for funsies.
It starts the Pet Avengers. So like all the Avengers.
Pet Avengers?
Yeah, all the Avengers turn into some type of animal. But yeah, I just that right there, I wanted to make sure everyone saw. Because it's worth it. So 3 out of 5. Who was your MVP of this movie?
Man, it has to, and I mean, has to go
to
Korg.
Korg, yes,
for making me laugh consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Like it. I told you before the podcast started, we were talking about Korg a little bit. I told you I thought it was Jermaine Clement from Fly the Conchords, just pitch shifted up.
Right.
Because it's that New Zealand accent.
Right.
Their humor is just so dry.
Mm-hmm.
And it tickles me so hard. It's so deadpan. And it's just
good.
Hilarious every single time.
My favorite part about Korg is when he asked, like, how'd you end up here? And he was like, well, I tried to start a revolution, but I didn't print enough pamphlets. And the fact that the paper beat him as rock, I thought was hilarious. Like it was another rock, paper, scissors joke.
Yeah.
And then his friend, the thing with the scissors, the blades, when he was like, I stepped on him and I crushed him. At the very end.
And he's like, look,
he's dead. Oh no, he's dead. He's alive. So like it's one of those things, like the jokes in this movie was one of those jokes that like it just never stopped. Like it was one of those things like you thought that
joke after joke.
And they follow up a joke with another joke, and then they lead you down this like tunnel of jokes to where you just all of a sudden you're like, oh wow.
Yeah.
I have no idea how we got here. And so it was so well written. I can't talk less about this movie anymore. And I'll be honest, I'm really excited to see on how you see Thor throughout the rest of the MCU, because this is not the last time we see Thor, not the last time we see Valkyrie, not the last time we see Korg either.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
So they'll all be back soon.
Yeah.
My MVP.
Mm-hmm. It's Korg, man. It's got to be Korg.
I don't want to pick the same one that you picked.
Why? It's the answer.
You know what? I'll go around it. The voice of Korg was Taika Waititi, who was the director. And I'll just say that
for me.
Yeah, I'm going to say Taika Waititi is the MVP, because the way that he directed this movie, with all the moving parts, with everything involved, he made such a almost flawless movie.
I mean, you heard me talk about Deadpool plenty of times.
Yes.
This movie does what Deadpool does, where it's a decent action movie and a phenomenal comedy. Like it's a tough line. Hey, these are my family.
Oh, hi family.
Hi y'all. They're waving. They're walking down to the beach because that's where we're at. Enjoy your rain. But Deadpool is a phenomenal comedy and a pretty good action movie, and this movie does the same thing. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic movie. Go watch it.
Yeah. Stan Lee's cameo. What do you think of that one?
It was good. I wasn't super crazy about it, but it was good.
Yeah, he actually got to cut Thor's hair, which I was very nervous about, but it worked out really well.
Right.
Yeah.
I think so.
So next week,
Black Panther. We just watch this movie 5 more times.
Yeah, let's watch this movie again. No, because there's more movies beyond this. We only have 5 more movies left.
What is Michelle saying here? Do you enjoy your waiting because we are on fire? Is it very hot out there?
No, she lives in Colorado, and Colorado is in the middle of a huge forest fire, and she's right in the middle of it. So stay safe, Michelle.
Yeah, stay safe.
Jeez. Yeah. So.
But yeah, next week is what movie? Black Panther. Which we've talked about it, and you seem to regard this movie pretty highly. So
I enjoy this movie. I will not lie.
I haven't seen it.
It's definitely within the top 5 of my movies. But
all right, man.
If you can see that, there's only 6 more movies left. 6 more empty spots.
It's sad. We're getting to the end of an era.
We are getting to the end of this, and then what are we going to do after that?
We've enjoyed doing this with all of you on Facebook and YouTube, and we appreciate you guys tuning in weekly.
Let us know what else we should do after this, because we only have 6 more weeks.
Yeah, I don't have any.
We have a few ideas. You don't have any music.
I don't have any music, so I'm just gonna do the outro here. But we do appreciate you guys, and we enjoy doing the podcast, and we'll do it even if you don't listen. So, but if you do want to continue listening, we would appreciate it. We do it live every single Tuesday night, regardless of where we're at, from 7 o'clock, usually to about 8 o'clock. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Spoiled Rotten Movies. Follow us on Twitter at Rotten_Boys, BOIS, because we're stupid. You can listen to us on Instagram or on iTunes, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, I guess, for like the next month. And then Google Music is dissipating, which is sad because that was my streaming platform.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have to migrate all of my stuff over. But yeah, we appreciate you guys so much. We promise to do better next time. And we're going to do a freeze frame now. Ready? Freeze frame.
Bye.